Like right now, we are talking about the poor economy. We are talking about poor governance. We are talking about extrajudicial killings. We are talking about state-sanctioned abductions. We are talking about justice to the victims of police brutality. People are selling their lands, cattle, anything they might have just to secure that opportunity to go work abroad, only for the ministry to turn out to be the grand scammer. Until later, tell me that one person who through the government or government program has been able to be exported abroad to work and is doing well. Tell me. Kenyans, what next towards 2027 with regards to leadership and elections? What next after we did fight on the physical streets and on the online streets? What resolutions have we put in place? We have already seen leaders are not yet ready to make sure they make our lives easy, but yet they only focus on their interests. Now, this is an eye-opener that I want to give you today. When your MP comes to claim that the government has done wrong by signing 8 bills into law, just before President could announce the death or the demise of late Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, don't you feel like that member of parliament is trying to play a victim here and just trying to wash you? Because you tell me, where was he when this bill was being tabled in parliament? Where was she when the bill was being read in parliament? When the bill was going through the first reading, second reading, until it was voted in? Still, where were they when the president was signing it into law? Why couldn't they come to us Kenyans and tell us, our people, there are 8 bills that are being debated on parliament. What do you think? You as our bosses, these are the contents of the bill. Kindly read it, then tell us, should we vote for it or should we say no to it? They didn't do that. Now, what do I say? Who holds the role of civic education? Because there is no way. Towards 2027, we as a people are going to make the same mistakes that we did make in 2022, when we were lied to that the government that is going to be formed will be a government that will consider people of the lower cadre, hustlers, mamamboga, cat pullers, wheelbarrow pushers. Let us not follow that trap again. Because when we went to the streets, some of us were beaten thoroughly with the police. Some of us were abducted. Some of us, after abduction, never returned. Some of us were shot dead on the streets. Some of us are harboring gun wounds, and if they made it to life, and right now they have scars that when they look to, they might get into depression because they were never born that way. But this current regime made them look that way. That is why I got this clarion call. Our resolution should be making sure that towards 2027, we identify leaders who resonate with the interest of the people. A leader who has the interest of the people at heart, a leader who is easier to reach to, a leader who, when he sees danger ahead, is able to come and warn their people. My people, there is danger ahead. As you are going to do these are the repercussions. Let us make sure that we are identifying leaders who are integrity driven, such that when it comes to the ballot, they are the people whom we can vote. And it can only happen if you, as a Gen Z who hasn't registered yet as a voter, first, make sure that you hold that identification card of yours. 2, go to any IEBC offices. Register as a voter. Let it not stop there. Remember what you were fighting for? Occupy Parliament. Occupy State House. There is a way in which we can occupy those places. How? Let us vie for these elective positions. Because when it comes to nominations, there are few spoiled brats that will be nominated should we elect an unjustifiable government, just as we have currently. They will be put inside there and they will not help us. So, after identify integrity-driven leaders, age is just but a number. Let us vie for those MCA positions. Let us vie for those MP positions. Let us vie for the senatorial positions. Let us vie for the gubernatorial positions. Let us vie for the women rep positions. So that we got numbers. And these laws that are so draconian will not find or meet the light of the day. Because tell me, why is it of any use taking ages to fight for multipartyism, fight for democracy and freedom of speech? Then, by the stroke of a pen, we have all these going into shambles. Tell me, of what use is it? Of what benefit? Is it to fight for something for a very long time, then just leave it in the middle? That is the fight that we should stage. We should never stop. The mistake that we did after the June 25th is that we gave a break, is that we stopped believing that somebody will go to help negotiate on our behalf. Yet, we called ourselves leaderless, partyless, tribeless. This time round, let us occupy those positions. Let us not leave any stone unturned. And this is a clarion call that I'll always preach in my podcast. Yes, we can go to the streets. They can use live ammunition on us. But they will never stop the zeal and the voice that is deeply seated within us. A voice that is yearning for change. A voice that wants responsible leadership. A voice that knows the sovereign power resides with the people and will always be ready to obey that will of the people. Therefore, let not these MPs lie to us, or these leaders lie to us, that they don't know anything happening in the August House. It is them who actually bring these bills. You see, we were lied to. Now it is not time for lamentation. It is time to act. Let us pick up our pieces, recollect ourselves, and see which way forward. Because as it is, the pathological lying and the antics that President William Samoei Ruto is playing is not stopping anytime soon. Recently, he just said that the Nakuru residents who are actually doing farming have helped him with food circulation within the city, such that those people who are carrying sufuria and disturbing him with sufurias during the demonstrations immediately after his election now are deeply seated quiet, because now they are eating and feeding well. What kind of an insensitive statement is this? But come to think of it, deep pain. Yes, don't we have the CSs that were pulled out from the what we thought was a strong opposition, and now they're eating with big spoons in government? CS Energy Opio Wandai, John Mbadi Treasury, Wycliffe Angatsio Parany and the cooperatives. Is it? And you can see how they are drumming support for William Samoei Ruto. After we have been taken through very tough times, it is always tumepanga, tumetenga. It's always, I'll do this road from this area to this area, from this area to this area. Promises, delivery zero. Pathological lying at its best. And you see, times have changed. The politicians using the old tactics to try and play this game in this era ain't gonna help, unless you, the people, decide that's the best way you want to be governed, of which I tell you that is not the right way. If you want a developed nation, we should be secure of loans. Let us take 20, 40, 50 years to reach our destination. But let us not reach our destination with a lot of burden, such that we will be applying a drunken man's philosophy of one step forward, three steps backwards. That ain't gonna help us. Let us also stop these politics of incentives, that you depend on a politician to give you an incentive for you to vote for them. When they get into power, they will always want to regain where they were. They always want to get back the monies they used in campaigning. And as I always say, let us stop practicing emotive politics, politics driven by emotions because somebody told you the truth or the reality. Let us do issue-based politics. Like right now, we are talking about the poor economy. We are talking about poor governance. We are talking about extrajudicial killings. We are talking about state-sanctioned abductions. We are talking about justice to the victims of police brutality. And employment has been an issue with lies that they will be exporting labor abroad. But do we see that happening? People are selling their lands, cattle, anything they might have just to secure that opportunity to go work abroad, only for the ministry to turn out to be the grand scammer. Until later, tell me that one person who through the government or government program has been able to be exported abroad to work and is doing well. Tell me. So let us be very vigilant towards the 2027. Arm yourselves with this gun called voter's card and make sure we make sound decisions of leaders driven by integrity. What's your take? Give me your thought in the comment section below. And if you love watching content of this nature and you're watching from our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button. So anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Dub Radio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dub Radio ndio mpango mzima.